Hi, I'm Kazuyoshi Hisano. Welcome to the program Habit Craft for Your Future, Transforming Thoughts and Actions. I've been doing this program for probably a month, and before that I've been speaking about the CEO coaching. And now we have moved a little bit ahead because I wanted to put more focus on the habits. Habits are going to play a significant role if you want to make some change in your life. And I've been speaking about this for a long time because the concept that I have developed and I call is a game changer is called vision, which is created based on the cognitive science and cognitive psychology. As I mentioned in the previous talk, I have a teacher I've learned from them, Lutais and Dr. Hida Tomoguchi. And the concept called vision, or their idea, is using the academic learning from the cognitive area. And when I perceive the difference between the previous many successful habits, techniques, or habits approach, I actually learned a lot and loved many of them. So I have no disagreement with those approach, and I really encourage that if you like any of them and you are working on them, no problem at all, as long as they are generating the results and you feel successful or satisfied with that. If you are feeling happy with that, that is fine. So my position basically is that as long as you are happy, keep doing it. However, I have one concern, and that's related to the shift of or a kind of a development of the academic area and learning. So before cognitive science, psychology, we had behaviorism, which had a significant track record, bringing kind of elevating the human mind, understanding of the human mind area to the really science, because science needs to have kind of possess repeatability that it's talking about if you do the same thing in the same environment, the same thing will happen. And before that, unfortunately, understanding the human mind area, I'm not saying that using the word psychology, because probably even in that era, the word psychology was not established sufficiently to use this word. So the area that we call currently psychology, and probably the understanding the human mind area, was mostly, particularly for the long period of time, that was solely the idea or thoughts of somebody. It could be a very, very, very successful or famous people, the word, but even so, that was just their idea, their thoughts, their opinion. You know what I mean? So, maybe most of the cases it's he, so maybe he or she has talked with many people. It could be 5, 10, 15, 20 people, and learned from them. Or maybe somebody may have conducted an interview with 100 people. And even so, whatever she has summarized and had delivered as the result or as the conclusion is his opinion. So But if that opinion is correct, or many people think that is correct, it's gonna work as a powerful notion or tool. So no harm, no disagreement with that. However, we can hardly say that that is part of science. However, because of the behaviorism focus solely on the input or output of what human will do. So whatever things that happen to somebody, and then the outcome is this. Then if you collect the data and observe a lot of people, and if people does the same thing, so the input will induce the output, and that is going to be the conclusion, right? Which is okay. We're better than knowing nothing. Like imagine that if you tickle somebody, and this person laughed, and if you keep doing this with 10 people, and all of the 10 laughed, so you could say that if you tickle somebody, the people will laugh. Great. However, we have to understand the quality of tickling, like the speed of your finger, or the power, or also the duration, or those kind of things that need to be clearly defined. And even so, if somebody try not to laugh, or just because they are not that sensitive and he or she didn't replied to the tickling, then you will see that it's not going to be 10 out of 10, but maybe 8 out of 10 that has laughed. So it's only about the percentage, and also the condition needs to be always same. It's a kind of a restriction, kind of limitation of the behaviorism approach. But again, I say that still, so that approach enabled psychology to be part of the science that kind of guarantees repeatability. But of course, the weakness is that it's not going to be 100%, and also you need to kind of define or clearly set the condition. So it's not. We don't know whether that will work in a different environment. Maybe yes, but not quite sure. It's not just experimented yet. So. And when I observe all of the not all, but many of the habit model equip this approach of behaviorism, that if you do this, and this will happen. And because the habit system, any habit system, is focusing on the people's behavior usually. So therefore, it means that it's possible that those approach, applying the behaviorism model or idea, will still keep the huge role for people to establish the habits, and also people will keep feeling happy with them, and no harm with that. But I feel that, of course, now we have a much more sophisticated understanding, in the findings in the area of psychology or brain understanding. So, therefore, I would like to apply I feel that it is better to apply the cognitive psychology science model. And Gold Vision is the one that is applying that. I'm quite sure that it will add value on top of the behaviorism approach. So that is one thing. And the other thing that I feel that when I observe, learn a lot of habit method, the difference between cognitive psychology science model or the Gold Vision habit model is that sometimes the importance of the goal is not emphasized enough, or some extraordinary case, some people say that goal is not important, or rather is harmful to improve your life, because goal is a state and habits are processes. So therefore, if you focus on the states, it's gonna be not gonna be help you. Maybe you won't change or things like that. Making a small change will make a huge change, and that will collectively, as times accumulates, you're gonna be feeling some different. You're gonna feel different, and you'll take another step, and that will help you move toward what you want to be like, or who you want to be like, or what you want to achieve. Which I agree, the small step is so important. And then even so, what I really worry, concerned about is that okay, it's gonna improve your life, but where are you heading toward? Where do you want to go? If you don't have that, I believe it's not gonna happen. And I've been thinking about this using the idea of comfort zone, and maybe I have talked last week or maybe earlier in today, but the comfort zone is not equivalent, but very close with the word habits. Because the comfort zone is a collection of various things, including people's way of acting or the way of thinking. So definitely behavior is part of the person's specific way of living, the kind of a behavior. So in my idea, it is so important that you shift your comfort zone in your image, so that you have already achieved your goal, and then you will be producing a lot of dopamine in your mind, so that you'll be able to keep working toward that. So what's the difference with this? About the habits? No difference, because the comfort zone, if you just replace this with habits, but it needs to be a collective habit. So collective habits, what's going to happen is that if you have a goal, and that is definitely needed, but if you have a goal and you start to build the habits that you will be applying when you have reached to that point, it is talking about the comfort zone as well. So in my kind of a cognitive science psychology habit model, you'll need to learn a little bit about what's happening in your mind and what is driving force your activity, and that is going to be a huge help, and that is kind of connected with all the learnings, all the findings that I'm going to share in this following course, and also in various places. You will benefit from the cognitive psychology science approach, and also you can pick something from the behavioral model, and which is okay, but you'll need to, what I suggest is that you'll need to have a bigger picture, that it is about the goal that you're looking for, and also the habits that enable you to move towards that. All right, I hope this makes sense, and I really enjoyed speaking with you. And next time I'm gonna speak furthermore specific things, probably about some people around me, or those kind of real examples that will provide you some just a flavor, so that you can start building your own habits. All right, so this is a new program, and I would appreciate that you would register the podcast, so that you won't miss another program, another release. And also, if you have a question or words or comments that you want to provide with me, probably you can use the podcast form, so that you can kind of send it directly to me. Thank you so much for joining, and I really appreciate that we can have a chance to speak next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.